You know, when I was young, my mom had to get on food stamps. See, my mom was married, and she had 6 girls, and my daddy just got up and walked away. This is not a embarrassing story. This is my part of my story, and it intertwines with my mama. And my mama worked. My mama worked 40 hours, but it wasn't enough to take care of 6 girls. It wasn't. So my mama got on food stamps. Back then, you had to pay for your food stamps. And she couldn't do it. Couldn't. All the money, the food stamps that they said she was awarded, she couldn't get it. They used to come in a card. Card with 2 cards. You got one on the 1st, you got one on the 15th. And we went through a lot. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you on food stamps and stuff, and it used to be like Christmas every month, because she was able to buy us at least something for us to snack on. Either it was cookies, or it was some chips, or we had something. And then when they became free and they was in the books, it seemed like that. We was able to eat. And I know it don't mean that much to y'all, because you know what? Today, people don't have empathy. They don't have compassion. They have envy and jealousy, because they see what somebody is getting or looking like, and they get mad. Oh, my mama used to get an income tax check. Yeah, she did. And that's how we got the little clothes that we got. So, I have never seen a more... I'm not saying that the system is perfect, but I have never seen so many folks who claim they are working and making it better that are envious of somebody else who are low income. I have never seen anything in my life like this before in my life. That you have people are jealous of poor people. Explain that to me. I've been asking him. He said it don't make no sense. How can you be envious of somebody that have to wait till a certain day to go to the grocery store? I have yet to see. Or better yet, or somebody who because they got, I'm not gonna lie, that they get a lot of zuzus and wham-whams, and with some of them they do, but I have never seen so many white folks that are mad at people getting that have to qualify as low income. Am I missing something? You are mad. Okay, you had to get, you know what? It's not like the program is not there. I hear so many white folks say, well, you know what? I went and got 2 jobs. I went and did this. But that's you. The program probably would have awarded you that. But that's you. You decide to do whatever you wanted to do. And some of y'all can't even get it because you don't have your kids. I have never seen so many, this country is so envious of poor people. And yet, many of us are poor, living paycheck to paycheck. And then they say, get a job. Okay, well, the job market is not as fruitful as it was last year. They might be taking your job. See, I always say, be careful what you wish for. Because, you wishing for SNAP benefits to end. All these companies are leaving. What's going to happen if you lose your job? How you going to eat? How you going to survive? Right now, a lot of people premiums are going up on insurance. You may have to start looking, and you in that catch-22. You're not low income where you get some kind of subsidies to help you pay for your medical expense. No, you working, so they're going to take that more out of your check. And then you got to eat. What about house note? You're going to be a middle-class poor person. You make enough where you don't qualify for low income, but they taking so much out of your check you can't afford to live. See, them insurance premiums gonna make folks file Chapter 13. See, be careful what you envying somebody who, I'm gonna tell you something. $10 an hour is not a lot of money. $10 an hour. But you got some folks that's not making $10 an hour. You know, you got some fast foods that pay $14 an hour. Here's the catch part. They're not getting 40 hours. See, it's a catch. It's a balance off of that. Be careful what you wish for. I wonder where that ballroom come in the play. See, because like I said, you know what? You know, y'all think that he's trying to make it where he's glorious and all this spectacular ballroom and all this stuff he's doing. He's doing it because you know why he's doing all this stuff? Because he's finna be a war criminal. And then what's going to happen is they going to come over here to get him. See, that's where the real war going to start. The war ain't, the other countries are going to band together to come over here and get him. Him, Mark Rubio, Stephen Miller. Oh, Stephen know about it. Because you know what? He knew what happened in Germany. Don't act like he didn't know. He knows. His family told him what happened in Germany. He don't think it's going to happen here. But I'm going to tell you something. They coming over here to get his ass. They coming over here to get them. They ain't going to, they are all these bombing Venezuelan, starting wars in Venezuela. These are war crimes. They ain't going to wait for him to get over there. They ain't going to ask him to come over there. They going to come over here and get him. By any means necessary. That's if his health keep him up. J.D. Vance is the vice president. He knows MAGA don't want nobody that's like this. And she's Hindu. And in case you didn't know, that look at all them kids. I bet you them kids are practicing the same thing. Yes, they are. Because Hinduism deals with, what is it? The God with the elephant on the head and stuff and all of that. And he said, I wish my wife would convert to Christianity. You should have got that shit up front before you married her. Because you knew she was Hindu. You knew she practiced Hindu. And you knew her children was going to practice Hindu. And you married her. You knew that. And you knew that her children was going to practice it. And you faced with the challenge of possibly being the president of the United States. Because I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, and see, MAGA don't want to believe it. But Donald Trump is on his last leg. But see, they can't let you see him on his last leg because everybody will panic. So what they doing is they working him like a fucking horse. They keeping his appearance up. They keeping everything up. Because they don't want you to see that they want you to think he's immortal. And they pumping him with so much shit just for him to get out the bed. Pumping him all that shit just for him to walk, all for him to do that. J.D. Vance want the presidency so bad. And for all you folks that think he's going to divorce his wife, he's going to divorce her just so he can marry that other lady. Because, see, that's the perfect key. She's the grieving widow. She grieved long enough for a hot pocket to warm down. Y'all think that. Keep thinking that. She's the perfect mate. She ain't gonna run for vice president. No, she finna be first lady. That's why she put her hands behind her. See, they had to seal that deal. You know what I'm talking about. And Ursula, being around, she ain't been around brown folks long enough. Too long. She been around. I've been like, okay, all right, I see where this is going. Let me get my kids. Let me bounce. She better start listening to Melania. Melania, you know what? She know how to deal with her old man. She ain't around. It's all about money. You better come on out. See, it's amazing to when, these brown people with straight hair think they're white until something happens to them. Like, for instance, Kash Patel, that Viswami guy, and now her. You don't want to be black, but they label you black. Ain't that something? They label you black. Your kids are black. No, I'm Indian. No, you black, baby. You black. Because I was married to an Indian. And I promise you, his auntie was this color. His auntie was this color. If you had cut the lights off, you wouldn't have saw her. If she closed her eyes and cover her mouth, you wouldn't have seen nothing but this. You would have ran into her. So don't sit here. Reality is coming in. Reality is coming in for all you black folks with straight hair. No. Like I said, they think they hurting us. But reality, it's finna get deep around here. And if we black folks just sit back, all these country hillbillies gonna be the one that run up back up the Capitol. But this time, they ain't looking for Mike Pence. They looking for somebody else.